Now for our next gift. Maybe you have one of those crazy family members, a crazy aunt, cousin, sister, whatever. You know, the one who gets a little woo all the time. They're fun. They're fun for a little bit. Well, give her the gift of an original Chippendales lap dance. Oh yeah, go to Chippendales. So much fun with that person. Back in the day, Chippendales wasn't just about like hot men in little cuffs. It was also about arson, hitmen, and murders. Multiple murders. Oh yeah, maybe your aunt or whoever will be thrilled. It'll be a good time. Chippendales was at the right place at the right time. Los Angeles in the 70s. It's a sex-forward time, and porn is on the rise in a very big way. There were movies that were coming out, like Deep Throat, which turned out to be like a huge hit. And during this time in the 70s, it was considered like the golden age of porn. So, seeing male strippers was like the perfect combination of something sexy and edgy that was also in a safe, controlled environment for normal people, you know? So nothing too crazy could happen. So once the doors opened to Chippendales, the ladies just flooded in. In the beginning, the dancers had costumes. They had a very distinct costume. They wear those little like wrist cuffs, the collar, the bow tie. It's classic. If you're watching on YouTube, Paul and Rob, their outfits were inspired by the classic Chippendales look. Love it, you guys. You look so good. Now for the special person in your life who's always texting you YouTube links at 2 a.m. with captions like, watch this before it gets taken down. Well, give them a reason to visit the Alaska Triangle. Oh, you can actually give them a framed poster of Kushtaka, or should I say the Otter Man. I wouldn't mind that actually. I wouldn't mind that gift. Give me a printout of the Otter Man. Oh, yes. Alaska Triangle, fun for days. The rabbit holes of that whole situation going on over there. But listen, Otter Man, okay, he's like part man, part otter. He's hot. But I guess he will lure you into the icy Alaskan wilderness with the sound of like a crying child. Allegedly, that's what's been said. And then I guess this Otter Man will then drag you into another dimension. Yeah, so that's fun to talk about. Yeah, at the dinner table during the holidays. Bring this up. It'll be a banger. They'll be like, what are you talking about? You're like, that's what they say. Then pull up the photo. You're gonna blow people's minds at the dinner table this year, okay? Just drop Otter Man out of nowhere. Boom. Everyone's gonna be like, what? Yes. But in case you need one last reason to stay away from the Alaska Triangle, allow me to introduce you to the ancient legend of the Otter Man. For thousands of years, the indigenous people of Alaska, specifically by the Tlingit and Tsimshian groups, they have passed down warnings about the Kushtaka, which translates to Land Otter Man. I know, I love otters. Oh, they're so cute. You know, like when they sleep at night, they hold hands so they don't float away from each other? That's really precious. We don't deserve otters. According to native stories, the Kushtaka is a shapeshifter who can take the form of a human, but usually looks like a harmless otter. Based on this image, it does not look like a harmless otter. It looks like freaking a buff man with an otter head. It's very confusing. Yeah. You know on the cover of those romance novels where it's like a Fabio all buff and like the hair's blowing through the wind, he's holding the woman. It's kind of what this otter looks like. He's all buff and manly looking. He's got a thick ass neck. No, it's kind of hot. I don't know. Okay. All right. The Kushtaka stalks the Alaskan wilderness, sniffing out lost hikers. And it doesn't just like lunge at you out of like trees and then eat you or something. Oh no. According to the legend, the Kushtaka plays with its food psychologically. Like an orca. They play with their food too. Yes, they do. Animals, huh? It'll shapeshift into your friend, your sister, a crying child, whatever it takes to like earn your trust. Then it leads you deeper into the woods. And that's when you either get ripped to shreds or you turn into a Kushtaka yourself. Aliens. It's all going back to aliens, huh? Next up, we have a gift for someone that maybe you just don't like that much. You know, maybe you want to get rid of them a little bit. Maybe you wouldn't mind if they went away. You know what I'm saying? You know, they should just go away. Like, for example, Joan. I was thinking about giving her this gift this year. So cover your ears so you don't know. But listen, for this person in your life, you can consider giving them a boat. A big, hear me out, a big, beautiful boat. But listen, it's going to be built kind of janky and like duct taped together, and then it's going to sink. You didn't do it. The boat sank. I don't know. But listen, this isn't my idea. The sinking boat is inspired by one of the weirdest Roman dictators out there, Nero. Oh, remember? Oh, no? Well, let me tell you, he hated his mom so much that he tried at least 5 times to have her killed. And one attempt included a boat designed to sink. It was like set up to sink. So his mom would sink with the boat. But guess what? His mom was not having it. Now, according to experts, Nero tried to poison his mom 3 different times. But somehow she always kind of knew what he was up to, and she would take an antidote in advance. Some scholars say this is because she poisoned so many people. So like she was always expecting to be poisoned, or she intentionally like built up an immunity to poison, which is kind of wild, but okay. Nero is, he's trying to get rid of his mom, and he's realizing this whole poison thing isn't really working out for him. So he's like, I gotta get a little creative, channel my art side. You know, like if I'm gonna kill my mom, I gotta have a little bit more fun with it and like really just catch her off guard. So when the poison didn't work, Nero came up with like a little idea to have ceiling tiles fall on her head when she's sleeping. You know, those things are pretty heavy, right? That'll knock her out. But it didn't work. So he gets back to the drawing board. And he's like, what if I built a boat? Not just any boat, but like a boat that would collapse when you're out on like the water. And like it would like collapse and you die. That'd be kind of sick. So he draws up like this boat. You know? A collapsing death boat. He's called it Titanic. But I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's not funny. Nero, he secretly has this boat like made and whatever, right? These people work on it. He's like, so you're gonna make this boat, but it's like gonna collapse. Isn't that cool? Okay, great. So these guys, they make this boat, and the whole point of this boat, if I say boat one more time, but the whole point of this boat is that it's designed to fall apart mid-sail. She can't get out of that. In the middle of the ocean, she's gonna be stuck. And he really thought this was gonna be it, like he was gonna get her with this boat. So she got on board. She's like, oh my God, like where are we going? This is so crazy. Like we're just gonna go on like a nice like Sunday cruise. I love it. She gets on the boat, they take off, and they're out on sea, and then the boat collapsed exactly the way Nero wanted it to. So the people on the boat, they didn't know about this little collapsing situation, so everyone is panicking. Crew members drown. But Agrippina, she's like, oh, hell no. Like, I'm not going down like this. So she ends up diving into the water. And in full Roman robes, she swims. Right? She swims. And then she's able to, like, get back to shore. She is unkillable, this woman. Could you imagine how heavy those clothes must have been, though? The adrenaline must have been pumping. She was not going to die, okay? She's like, you are not going to kill me, bitch. So she swims all the way to shore. And when people see her and they hear about the crash, they're like, oh my God, girl, like what happened? That was crazy, I watched. But Agrippina, she stayed calm, and she tells the people like, it was just like a freak accident, I don't know. But like secretly, I think she knew. She knew what was up.